I'd like to welcome everybody to the 2018 reorganization meeting. I'd like to ask everybody to please silence their cell phones. Before we get to the public hearing at 6 o'clock, we decided between myself, John Jacoby, and Al Bax to get sworn in together here tonight. So real quick, if you don't mind putting up with that, we're going to step down here and Garfinkel, our town clerk, is going to swear us in. So. Go ahead.
I state your name, do solemnly swear
I, David S. Barber Jr., do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the Town of Lewiston Town Supervisor
and I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the town supervisor
in the Town of Lewiston
in the town of Lewiston
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me
so
God.
help me God. Thank you.
Okay.
Little chunks.
Al, would you like your children in the picture?
You guys want to get a picture?
Come on.
No, he's not. No.
What
My
can
wife
hold
wants to
fire?
come up.
Yeah.
No? Sammy,
Come hold the Bible. One of you guys hold the Bible.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, we gotta take it. Little chunks though. Judge Broderick did it one time, I swear to God. Hold the Bible for me. Yep, you're good.
But the camera's back there, so you
I,
I,
and state your name,
figure chunks.
okay,
Alfonso Maraback,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of the Town of Lewiston Town Board member
the duties of the Town of Lewiston Town Board member
in and for the Town of Lewiston
in and for the Town of Lewiston
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God. Thank you. Next.
All right.
This is Jacoby's on the way.
There we go.
I, and state your name,
I, John Jacoby,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
that I will uphold the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
the Constitution of the State of New York,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties of Town of Lewiston Town Board member
the duties of Town of Lewiston Town Board member
in and for the Town of Lewiston
in and for the Town of
to
Lewiston
the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God. Terry, you want to set up a picture? Ben, you want to set up something? Yeah, you sure. Need more balance.
Just smile like this is going to be a good year.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for your patience. No speeches, I promise. Now I'll ask everybody to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we will start with the public hearing in regards to the zoning code map. I'll let Carol, read that.
Notice of public hearing. Notice is hereby given that a public hearing will be held by the town board of the town of Lewiston on the 8th day of January 2018 at 6:00 p.m. at the town hall on the adoption of a proposed local law entitled, quote, "A local law amending the zoning provisions of the code of the town of Lewiston for certain parcels to be rezoned from R1 districts to R2 districts," end quote, an abstract of which is as follows. The proposed local law amends section 360-29B of the code of the town of Lewiston and the zoning map of the town of Lewiston to change the zoning classification for properties identified as SBL numbers 101.12-1-21 through 101.12-1-41 from R1 districts to R2 districts. The complete text of said law is on file at the office of the town clerk and is available for review by any interested person during normal business hours. At such hearing, all persons interested who wish to be heard will be heard. By order of the town board, December 27, 2017.
Thank you. And from what I understand, the sign-in sheet, nobody signed in. Does anybody wish to be heard on this matter?
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Now moving on to the public hearing in regards to the moratorium of sewage sludge. And I'll have Carol read that one as well.
Notice is hereby given that a public hearing will be held by the town board of the town of Lewiston on the 8th day of January 2018 at 6:15 p.m. at the town hall, 1375 Ridge Road, on the adoption of a proposed local law entitled, quote, "Moratorium of disposal of sludge, sewage sludge, and septage," end quote, an abstract of which is as follows. The town board of the town of Lewiston currently has under review amendments to the town code with regard to solid waste and recycling. The matters pertaining to solid waste and recycling activity within the town emphasize the need for suitable regulation under existing and clearly established standards in an effort to plan for and protect the health, safety, and well-being of the citizens of and property in the town of Lewiston. The existing provisions contained in Chapter 293 of the Town Code of the Town of Lewiston may not create and meet such appropriate standards and controls to allow for a harmonious balance and to protect the health, safety, and well-being of the citizens and property in the Town of Lewiston. The Town Board desires to review and address in a careful manner provisions relating to solid waste and recycling and the disposal of sludge, sewage sludge, and septage on a comprehensive and town-wide basis, and to amend and/or adopt appropriate provisions to achieve these purposes. The complete text of said law is on file at the office of the town clerk and is available for review by any interested person during regular business hours. At such public hearing, all persons interested who wish to be heard will be heard. Ordered by the town board dated December 11, 2017.
Thank you. And again, I don't believe there's anybody that signed up. Does anybody wish to be heard on this matter? Okay.
Move to close the public hearing.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So moved. Okay, moving on to the reorganization. I need agenda approval. There are a couple additions. Dave Train, our highway superintendent, has some appointments. Les Myers with the fire bureau has some appointments. The deputy supervisor will be under appointments as well. And I believe that's all the additions I needed to make.
The pay schedule had to be amended.
Okay. Yeah, there was 2 amendments on that. I believe we can read those off when we actually get to the pay schedule. But there's an amendment to the pay schedule as well.
We're going to amend the actual agenda for the work session separately?
Yes. Yes. So can I get a motion to accept the agenda?
So moved.
Second. Seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so so this is the point where everybody's got to bear with us as we read off all the adoptions. So the 2018 regular meeting and work session audit schedules, the proposed, oops.
I got it.
Yeah. That's the holiday schedule. Yeah, I made an adjustment to it. The proposed town board meetings, they'll be at 6 PM, be the fourth Monday of the month. It'll be January 22nd, February 26th, March 26th, April 23rd. In May, due to the Memorial Day being May 28th, it'll be May 31st, June 25th, July 23rd, August 27th, September 24th, October 22nd, November 26th. And the December date to be determined, we've got it penciled in as December 27th for the final audit.
Do you want to move for approval on that?
Uh,
Or do the?
And then I'll do the work sessions. The proposed town board work sessions, we're gonna make a change this year. There will be no town board work sessions in June, July, or August unless it's required. And we can, what do we have to do, 2-week notice for a meeting? So 2 weeks prior, so there'll be no June, July, and August work sessions. So the work sessions that start at 6 PM will be the second Monday of the month, will be January 8th, February 12th, March 12th, April 9th, May 14th, September 10th, October 11th, which is a Thursday due to Columbus Day, November 15th, which is a Thursday due to Veterans Day, and December 10th.
So move.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
And those will also be at 6 o'clock?
Yes.
Yes.
My recollection is we don't need 2 weeks' notice to postpone, it's 5 days. 3 days?
3 days, okay.
All right.
Okay. Moving on to the meeting time. Again, we stated all meetings will be at 6 PM. And the agenda submission deadline, it'll be posted Thursday afternoon. We decided that when,
I think we decided on Wednesday at 4:30.
yeah, Wednesday at 4:30 PM will be the agenda submission deadline that will be posted on Thursday afternoon. All in, or can I get a motion?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then the 2018 holiday schedule as proposed. I don't believe I need to read all those
I'll
off.
make a motion to approve as drafted.
All in, or,
Second.
second, all in favor?
Aye.
Now, in regards to the pay scale, pay schedule, we have 2 corrections. Under Andrew Hillman, it read $21.73 an hour. It should read $22.66 an hour. And under Michael Weiss, it read $23.33 an hour. It should be $24.86 an hour. And what I'd ask for is a motion to accept the 2018 pay schedule as proposed.
So move, with possible, do we have to address the rink people, because that was adjusted because of the minimum wage? So to accept this as printed, along with the adjustment to the rink staff as adjusted for the minimum wage increase.
When I asked Amy about it, she said that she thought you guys had acted on that a couple weeks ago. Had said about the recreation people and the minimum wage going up on January 1, but I didn't have a chance to follow up.
We've got it covered so that.
Yeah, won't do
Okay,
that.
so we have a motion?
Second.
A second, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, the 2018, oh, I'm sorry, we're gonna do the Dave Train appointments. I have a letter, Dave's not here tonight. I have a letter from Dave Train. It says, Supervisor Broderick and town board members, please be advised of my reappointment of Darlene Norwich, typist clerical 1, and Brian Chrisman, deputy superintendent of highway for the town of Lewiston for the year 2018. Your confirmation of my appointment is appreciated. Can I get a motion to accept Dave Train's recommendations?
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And then we have from the Fire Bureau, from Les Myers, dear Mr. Supervisor, members of the board, as chairman of the Bureau of Fire Prevention, I wish to reappoint our part-time fire inspectors Patrick Martin and Donald Constantino, and our part-time secretary Kathy Kiefer, to continue their positions for the year 2018.
So moved.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
The 2018 IRS mileage rate, 54.5 cents.
Move to accept as printed.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
2018 fee for non-certified copies will be 25 cents a page.
So move as printed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. 2018 assessors fees, deeds 65 cents, minimum $1.30.
So move as printed.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Cell phone site stipend as printed, everybody has it in front of us.
So moved as printed.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Official town newspaper, the Niagara Gazette.
So moved.
Can we put it together? Official newspaper, Niagara Gazette for legal postings, and the Sentinel for display ads and notifications.
Okay, so amended, you want to amend your motion?
I'll amend my motion.
Okay.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Official town depositories, make a motion for Key Bank and M&T Bank.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Yeah, designate signatories, make a motion, it'll be Steve Broderick, Marty Blazik, and Bill Conrad.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And signatory to host community standing committee will also be Steve Broderick, Marty Blazik, and Bill Conrad.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I think you need to list Amy Smith as having rights, even though she's not a signatory, she's authorized to access and do the payroll.
Okay. And authorize
at KeyBank.
Amy Smith to access and do the payroll at Key Bank.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Everybody wants to get paid.
That's right.
Town physician,
Dr. Ulatowski, recommend his reapproval.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Uh, Motion to recommend the procurement policy as written.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
The investment policy as written.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
To follow Robert's Rules of Order.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
And town and village joint meeting dates have not been established yet. Okay? Appointment of board liaisons. I'm gonna go right down the list. Appointed liaisons for 2018, the Board of Ethics ex officio will be Ryan Parisi. Building inspector will be Alfonso Bax, Councilman Bax, I'm sorry. Cable Commission will be Councilman Guyben. CWM Siting Advisory Committee will be Councilman Bax. Engineer will be Councilman Guyben. The Environmental Commission will be Guyben and Bax, Councilman Guyben and Councilman Bax. The Fire Bureau will be Councilman Broderick and Councilman Jacoby. I'm sorry, Supervisor Broderick and Councilman Jacoby. Highway Drainage will be Councilman Bax. Historical Preservation will be Councilman Jacoby. Justice Court Office will be Supervisor Broderick. Lewiston Council on the Arts will be Councilman Jacoby. The Library will be Councilman Jacoby. Lighting Advisory Board will be Councilman Morial. The Lower Niagara River Region Chamber will be Councilman Guyben and Supervisor Broderick. The Modern CAC will be Councilman Bax. Parks and Recreation Advisory Committee will be Councilman Morial. Personnel Committee will be Councilman Guyben. The Police will be Councilman Bax. Town Village Police Liaisons will be Councilman Broderick, or Supervisor Broderick, Councilman Bax. Planning Board will be Councilman Morial and Councilman Bax. Recreation will be Councilman Morial. Risk Management will be Supervisor Broderick. Sanborn Business Professional Association will be Councilman Guyben and Supervisor Broderick. Senior Citizens will be Councilman Guyben. Signage Committee will be Councilman Morial. Tower Wind Energy Research Committee will be Councilman Jacoby. The Water Department will be Supervisor Broderick. The WPCC will be Councilman Bax. And the Zoning Board of Appeals will be Councilman Bax. Can I get a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Yes, Councilman Broderick, oops, sorry. Okay, I make a motion, I'm gonna make a motion for the deputy supervisor to be Bill Conrad.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Excuse me. That's your, that's.
Yeah.
Just to.
I just want to show everybody was in favor of it.
We're confirming your appointment.
Yeah. The attorney for the town will be the law firm of Seaman Norris, represented by Ryan Parisi. I make a motion for that.
Second.
Hold on.
And motion to approve the
Contract.
agreement and then a motion to authorize you to sign.
Okay,
Do you want two separate?
real quick, we have a question. Go ahead.
Okay, I talked to a couple of the council people up here. Now, you'll be contractual, right? I just want to get it with you straight. It's a contractual
Yeah,
position, right? So no entitlement to health benefits or retirement or nothing?
not an employee, you're simply retaining the firm of Seaman Norris to do work on behalf of the town.
Also, there's one correction. The contract that we have says 69,000, it's actually 65,000. So it would be $65,000.
Move to approve the agreement from Seaman Norris with the town of Lewiston.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Move to authorize the supervisor to sign said agreement.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay.
And you have to, we're gonna transfer that money, other money later.
We can.
Yeah, under finance, we'll do it under finance, yeah. Engineering, motion for engineering services with GHD represented by Bob Lannon. Second. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Grant writer, make a motion for grant writer, oh, I'm sorry, we have to make a motion to approve the contract.
And then a motion to
Have
authorize.
Authorize the sign, yeah, that's
So
what,
move to approve the contract as presented with GHD.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Move to authorize the supervisor to sign said agreement.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
I make a motion for the grant writer, Rotella Grant Management, represented by Bernie Rotella.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Stormwater Management Officer, Chris McAuliffe from the building office.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? The Minority Business Officer, Donna Garfinkel, Town Clerk.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Women's Business Officer, Donna Garfinkel, Town Clerk.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Electrical Inspectors, I make a motion for New York Atlantic Inland Incorporated.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Authorize the supervisor to sign said agreement.
Second?
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Records Appeals Officer for Foil, Ryan Parisi.
It'd actually be the town board.
Town Board? Okay, sorry. Records Appeals Officers, the Lewiston Town Board.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
The CWM Sighting Board, 5 members.
This is your clarification.
Yeah, this is the one that doesn't require an appointment because it's a lifetime appointment unless there's cause or death,
Okay,
or someone's resigned.
okay, so no
No action
taken. Okay. Town Village Police Liaison will be Supervisor Broderick.
So,
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're gonna take no action right now on the bingo inspector. Appointments to boards, commissions, and committees.
Okay. Do you want to back up a little bit
Sure.
on the town village police liaison? We don't, the board doesn't take any action on that. That's just.
It's just myself, it's Terry, it's the mayor.
Yes, but we don't have to, we don't approve it.
Okay,
We just do it.
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
so,
Cable Commission, move to reappoint the 5 ongoing members with James Avanza as the chairman. Co-chairman, you have to be the chairman.
do a motion in a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay.
Environmental Commission, to reappoint the 2 terms that expired, Wolfgang and Feldman.
Second. With a motion in a second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay,
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Move to appoint Jerry Wolfgang to continue as chairman with James Allen as co-chairman.
We have a motion second, all in favor? Opposed? Okay. Now, as far as the secretary, we have a resignation.
Yes.
Appoint secretary, we do not have a secretary yet, so there'll be no action taken on that.
And I should be able to come to the meeting tomorrow night to let them in,
Okay.
I'm pretty sure.
Board of Ethics,
We have a vacancy.
their yearly appointments, we have 2 openings, actually. We have no applications. So as of right now, I'd make a motion to reappoint the 3 members, DeFlorio Olds, DeFrancisco, and Johnson, with ex officio Ryan Parisi, to the Board of Ethics.
Second.
We have a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then town board appoints the chairperson. I'll make a motion to appoint Susan DeFlorio Olds as the chairperson. There's a motion, a second. All in favor? Aye. Let me get to the historic preservation. Okay. You want to do the historic preservation?
Move to reappoint Zach Hollister to Historic Preservation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. And, I just drawing a blank on ex officio at this point.
It's,
Is that the liaison?
Yeah.
I would assume. So that's
well, liaisons, one of the ex officio is John Sharp.
John Sharp? John Sharp, okay,
Yeah.
thank you.
Do we need a motion on that?
So moved.
Second.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Lewiston Library Trustee, I believe there's no action
No,
taken on
no
that.
action,
Yeah.
the last one to be appointed
Oh,
was the village.
okay. The Lighting Advisory Board, it's yearly appointments. Want to make a motion?
To reappoint the people as is.
Second. All in favor? Aye. So moved.
So there's no action on this, and agree trustee?
Right. The Modern CAC, I believe, there was no appointments made for 2017. We talked about, it says here potentially to be deactivated. We talked about getting together and seeing if that was what we actually wanted to do, or if we wanted to reform the committee. So we'll take no action on that tonight. The Personnel Committee, I'll make a motion for the Personnel Committee to be, consist of Donna Garfinkel, Town Clerk, Amy Smith, our Employee Representative, and Attorney Ryan Parisi with the Town Board Liaison, Bill Gagnon.
I'll second that.
All in favor? Aye. Parks and Rec Advisory Committee.
One vacancy, reappoint Bob Flegel, F-L-E-G-A-L.
With a motion, second? Second. All in favor?
Aye.
The Planning Board.
I don't think we have a vacancy, do
I believe we do.
There's one.
I believe Wayne
we?
Lynch.
Well, that's right.
But I think we.
Take no action.
Yeah, we're gonna take no action, yeah, because we just recently got an application.
Right.
And we didn't have time to really go over, so at this time there'll be no action on the
Town Board appoints the
Planning Board.
chairperson.
Yeah, make a motion to appoint Bill Conrad, Chairman of the Planning Board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Senior Advisory Board,
We just received, something, okay, who's got it? From Jeanette, the names that were from Jeanette.
oh, it was here on the dais.
Jeanette recommends, Jeanette, the director of the senior center, recommends Donald Clark, Bill Scully, Terry Jones, and Tanis Topanek.
Second. With a motion and a second, all in favor?
Aye.
So moved. Is John talking up down there? I don't hear him. The Signage Committee. We had a request, we have a request from Dave Train, our highway superintendent, that he wanted to put together a signage committee.
Brian, did they give you the names?
No, we did not.
Okay.
But we already have a signage committee with yearly appointments, so what we need to do is relook at, because I guess it's kind of a board that really doesn't get together anymore, so we need to kind of look. Well, I haven't had a chance to talk to Dave in regards to this, so let's not take any action, and we'll talk to Dave and move forward from there. So we'll take no action. Yeah, yeah. Tower Wind Energy Committee, their yearly appointments, there's actually 2 vacancies, so I would make a motion to reappoint the 5, Frankovich, Krell, McDonald, Rivers, and Vargo, with John Jacoby being the town board liaison.
Second.
All in favor?
Well, it's deputy supervisor on that list, because you did a lot of research on this.
I was the chairman.
Right, so you want to be back on that?
Sure.
Were you the chairman last year or previously?
Previous.
Previously.
Okay.
When was the wind energy?
We wrote the regulation.
Well, I'd said the supervisor, and part of the governor's state of the state address, he talks about doing more for wind, and I said, we should reenact this committee.
Okay,
No,
so I'll make it,
Isn't the focus now on the solar at this point? I mean, we have the wind energy law.
Right, wind energy law, how, they handle the cell tower law, and now there's some things coming in, so it would be good to,
Yeah, I agree.
reactivate that committee for
I
sure.
think we
But they do handle all 3, the wind, the solar, and the, but we're still in the process of writing the solar law.
Solar law, right,
So we
exactly,
need to
okay.
bump that back up.
We got 2 cell tower applications in there now.
okay. So we approved, I believe we've already approved the 5 that are on there. I would appoint Bill Conrad to the Tower Wind Energy Research Committee, and recommend that Bill Conrad is the chairman of the Tower Wind Energy Research Committee. All in favor? Aye. Zoning Board of Appeals,
Reappoint Gary Hewitt, and appoint, well, it's up to you to appoint the chairperson and the vice chair, or acting vice chair.
okay. So I would make a motion to appoint,
Well, you have to do Gary first.
yeah, Gary Hawk. Can I get a motion to do that?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. And then make a motion for Anita Muzzy to be the chairperson.
And
All in favor? Aye.
and Gary will act as a chairperson in the absence, but he does not want to be co-chair.
Okay, so no motion needed there. Okay.
Turn the page.
Well, until I'm told otherwise, that ends the reorganization meeting for 2018. I believe we covered all the bases. Thank you for your patience. Now moving on to the town board work session. Yeah, go ahead. We need agenda approval.
I have one addition, which is the approval of the retainer agreement between the town of Lewiston and Knopshaw. It's spelled K-N-A-U-F-S-H-A-W. Retainer agreement has been circulated to the council, but we didn't get a chance. We looked at it briefly before, and I think it's approved today, so we make that addition to the agenda.
Second, amended.
So approve the agenda as amended.
Yes.
In a second, I have a motion and a second. All in favor? Aye. Okay.
I handle that after the abstract.
Okay. Can I get a motion to amend 360-29B zoning code map, SBL number 101.12-1-21 through 101.12-1-41 from R1 to R2?
That is what we just had the public hearing on.
Yes.
The North Ridge Road. I don't know if the board wants to move forward on tonight. I plan on maybe putting the written findings together for the board and vote next meeting.
Does anybody have a question on that?
No.
You put together a written binding?
Binding.
Binding, that makes a difference, okay.
Quite a big difference.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically dotting our i's and crossing our t's with what our conclusions are and putting it in writing.
Are we open for questions for Mr. Lucero tonight, or is it something?
Absolutely. I mean, I think if he's willing to take questions, he's here, and so is the attorney.
All right.
Brian, can we move forward with this without that agreement?
Without the findings, you could.
So tell me what the findings are going to say. Reiterate some of the things that we talked about in the public hearing.
That would be exactly it, you know, why the board is ultimately deciding to make the decision that it's going to make.
It's formula. So if you look at the document.
I feel comfortable, I thought everything was crystal clear. As long as it goes back, we approve it, it goes back to the planning board for site plan review, and they go through the steps that they're designated to do.
And that's the way I
Move for
understood it.
approval as stated.
Second, okay.
A little discussion.
Yeah, questions on the matter? And if you want to talk to Mr. Massaro, absolutely.
Mr. Macero, we talked about stop sign at Legacy in Northridge. I don't know if that's something that you would have to be
No, that-
involved with?
That
or-
would be the town.
I think that's the town, I fully support.
You don't have a
that.
problem.
I have no problem with that whatsoever.
And the sidewalks will go in,
Correct.
right, as
Yes, I've committed
discussed.
to that already. We've put them in on our other developments as well.
Would they go out to Eddie or one complete or just in that one section?
I don't know where they would tie in at Eddy because there's an asphalt sidewalk on the opposite side of Eddy Drive. Basically, they would go to the terminus of lot 11, which is the lot right adjacent to Eddy Drive and Northridge, and stop there. We probably have a detector warning strip there as it goes into the street. That would be it.
And these will be all owner occupied, basically, is what we
Yes.
talked about also.
Yes.
Now, would that be in the deed or how would that be?
The homeowners association or the offering plan can be structured to require that.
And it's going back for site review, so that's about it. That's all I
Thank you.
Any other questions?
And I'm opposed to that clause. Just, I have the right to rent my house out. I'm an owner of my home. If I decide I want to go down to Florida and live for a while and rent my house, I have it. I don't like the restrictions that take away someone's right to,
But you now got a homeowners association.
well, but he said he would put in the deed. I think that restricts the homeowner's rights, property rights.
Well, we're trying to basically address the concerns of the people that are on the R1, the neighbors and everything else. You know, we don't want a haphazard type of a situation. Not that that would necessarily, portend to something of that nature, but, I've already said that we would be willing to put that in with the offer plan to make that go forward.
I don't want the words from your mouth, but when we talked one time, I thought you said you would extend the sidewalk all the way down to Eddie.
It is going all the way to Eddy Drive, and it terminates at Eddy Drive all right from Northridge.
And we can,
That's as far as I can take it.
and we can put a crosswalk
You
across.
put a crosswalk to connect to the town's asphalt drive on the other side, adjacent to the Robert
When
Wilson
you
Park.
just said that, I thought you said you're going down to the last lot. And the last lot has got a gap between that and Eddie.
Yeah, that's no problem, we'll work that out. It's not a problem.
Is this basically what, Ryan, what you were saying in the findings?
The findings were that basically, if you were going to move to approve it, if that's the way you were gonna go, that the rezone fit the character of the neighborhood, it wouldn't cause undue amounts of traffic given the character of the neighborhood. I mean, just certain things that support the fact that you'd be rezoning that piece of property. If that ultimately is the town board's decision.
Okay. Can we move for approval?
We have a motion and a second already.
But ask Mr. Gracie to attach the,
If you're gonna approve it tonight, you don't need to.
We don't need it.
Do you want to omit?
No, just one person that just, I have a strong feeling about someone's right to, can, someone in the coach house lease their property in the coach house?
In the coach house, it's my understanding in the coach house offering plan, it is not permitted to sublease the property.
That's all with the homeowners association, right? So it wouldn't be in the deed, it would be in the homeowners association.
I think that's also carried through from the original one back in the coach house at Ridgewood as well, back in 1999.
It's in the whole plan.
I'm pretty sure it's just a carry forward from what was done 15, 18 years ago now.
So you're saying that if I bought one, I wouldn't be able to put one of my kids in the house next to me then, or?
I wouldn't come after you if you did.
If you buy two.
Well, no, if you buy a complete unit, you wanted your kid, I don't know, kids next door, we're getting older. and the kids want to be, outhouses, I don't know, I just question that, there would be no problem.
No, I mean, it just
I
depends on
think
how
you're
the
leading
fee
my
is
way,
structured.
Bob.
I'm pretty sure you could do whatever you would like to do with regard to that, so.
I'll come take care of you, buy me a place.
We surprised you, Don, with going a different direction.
Yeah, I know. Okay.
No, I think we should move for approval. It's just so logical that this would fit in with the neighborhood. I think there's no reason why we
Thank you,
don't.
thank you. I think my attorney has a comment.
Just
If you cloud this up,
it's
you're
not
out the
my,
door.
believe me, I don't want to do that. We appreciate the board's willingness to move forward, and certainly that's my client's wish too. But as a matter of procedure, I think before the board approves the local law, the board has to make a determination of the procedure. And I believe you have the basis to do that. I mean, the EAF, the short form EAF, environmental assessment form, was submitted quite a while ago. Those same reasons that would support the rezoning, I think, would support the negative declaration in this case. The issues about being consistent with the character of the community, not having significant traffic impacts, all those sorts of things. So all I would suggest is that if you're planning to move forward, that first there be an adoption of the secret negative declaration determining that no significant adverse environmental impacts are anticipated based on the review of the EAF and the other application materials, and then adopt the local law.
Brian, could we do it all?
You do it tonight, it has already been done. The short form, part 1, was turned in by the applicant at the time of the planning board. Short form parts 2 and 3 have been done by our responsible officer, who would have been Tim Masters. Your motion would be to accept the parts 1, 2, and 3 of the seeker determination and declare that that the proposed action will not result in any significant adverse environmental impacts. That is a negative declaration.
Okay. Let's table our previous motion. Let's do a new motion for what Ryan just said.
Just if I just withdraw my motion.
Yeah, we should just table it, cover it.
They have to have another vote to do that.
Yeah.
Either way.
Take a motion to approve seeker 1, 2, and 3, and accept the negative declaration that there's no adverse impact on the neighborhood.
In the environment.
In the environment.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
So moved.
We didn't have to do lead agent, that was.
You can declare yourselves, the town, as lead agency as well.
Let's declare the town as the lead agency in the seekers.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Okay, and then getting back to the other motion, we'll go again.
Move for approval to rezone from R1 to R2 and send it back to planning board for site plan review.
Second.
We have a motion and a second.
Do we have to read the SBL numbers and all that, or is it just as per proposed?
As proposed.
As proposed.
As proposed in the law, that is correct, and we're going to request a roll call. since it's
Okay.
local law.
Any questions first? Any more questions? Okay,
Roll call.
roll call vote.
Councilman Bax?
Aye.
Councilman Gogi?
Aye.
Councilman Guyman?
G comes before J.
I know. I'm thinking. Councilman Guyman?
Aye.
Councilman Morial?
Aye.
Supervisor Brown?
Aye.
That was a select,
Cut me some slack. Okay, so moved. The moratorium of disposal of sludge, sewage, sludge, and septic.
Move to continue the moratorium for another, Ryan, 6 months?
9 months.
9 months.
All in favor?
Aye.
The abstract, Councilman Bax.
Make a motion to approve the regular abstract of claims for fiscal year 2017, numbered 3,785 to 3,868, and for fiscal year 2018, numbered 1 to 20, the recommended payment in the amount of $244,387.05, plus a post-audit of $20,692.76.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Department head concerns.
I have that one addition, I'm sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Make a motion to authorize the supervisor to sign the retainer agreement with North Shaw. This is the litigation, with CWM Chemical Services LLC, Model City, New York. actual caption that we were talking about last meeting was Amy H. Vitriol and Thomas Freck versus CWM Chemical Services LLC et al. Index number, I'm sorry, 814750.
Would approve the retainer agreement first, then
Okay,
authorize the.
make a motion to approve the retainer agreement.
You want to clarify the no cost to the town?
I will in a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
And then, as Mr. Guyman had mentioned, this is just a little disclaimer. The language of the retainer says another client has agreed to pay all legal fees and expenses to prosecute the Article 78 proceeding, so we will not be charging you for our work or expenses. So I would ask that the supervisor be authorized to sign said agreement.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Can you spell the name of that firm?
KNAUFSHAW and SHAW LLP. Thank you. All right.
Okay. Department head concerns. Chief Previtt, anything?
Just to inform the board, we are starting construction based on the bid that we did for the modifications to the office. I may need some assistance, and I'm gonna talk with Marty maybe sometime this week, just to make sure. The one thing that I didn't figure in was the key fobs for the new doors that are going in. So that might be an expense. I don't have a price on it yet. I'll keep the board informed as to what that is. I don't think I have enough in my budget to cover it. Should it be in excess, I think, of, excuse me, 2,500 or 3,000, I think would be at the top end. Also, so the board's aware, we are doing an active shooter drill this month with Lewiston Porter when the students are not in. It'll be on the 26th at Newport with some partnering agencies as well as fire and EMS. It's gonna be a full-scale drill. So if you guys get any phone calls, you know that there's nothing going on there. It's just a drill that we're conducting. That we've been working on for some time with them.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you. I mentioned to the chief about doing drill here in this building too, having a plan.
Okay.
Hopefully in
You know, I wanted to ask you about Chief, how's, it's been what, a year and a half since we put the SRO at Niagara Wingfield?
Yes.
How's that worked out?
They're very happy with how everything's going. It seems to be going very well. It's a lot more effective this year. He's had a chance to kind of intervene and stop a lot of things from happening. He's very active with the day-to-day stuff at the school, and they couldn't be happier.
Good.
That's great.
Good, thanks. Tim Masters, our building inspector. Anything?
Yep, we had a busy year last year. We did over 600 permits, just so you're aware. We got a new building code in 2016, which had some challenges with it. The cost of an average home, because of that code change, has went up about $12,000. So that's caused some, consternation with the builders and so on and so forth. But so we're still working through all that. But we've been very busy. Like I said, we did over 600 permits last year, so it hasn't really affected a whole lot with regards to the building.
Do you know off the top of your head how many new builds there were?
I want to say about 25.
It's not that much.
Nope, most of the permits are people doing additions, pools, fences, things like that, improving their existing homes, more so than building new homes. But something else to report is, I know you wanted us to redo the subdivision law. So we worked on that with the planning board and planning board chairman, and Mr. Morial was in on that, and the draft has finally been put together. It was sent out and is under review right now, so hopefully first couple months of this year we'll get that new subdivision law ready for adoption.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
I know, Marty, you're on the agenda. Bill Conrad, our new deputy supervisor?
No, nothing.
Okay, thank you. Mike Townsend from Water?
I'm on the agenda.
Okay. Jeff Ritter?
Nothing at this
Nothing. And Bob Lannon?
Good to go.
And Ryan Parisi, do you have anything? Okay. Finance, right back to Marty Blaser.
Okay. As Mr. Guyman mentioned, we need to do a budget modification for the 2018 budget. The attorney contractual and litigation, you have taken, or with the agreement, instead of being 69, being 65, you wanted to take $4,000 of that and put it into equipment,
Yes.
because we want to get the prosecutor and the attorney equipment so that they can do their jobs. So we're going to need to move $4,000 out of the A0014200400, which is the attorney contractual and litigation, and move it into A0014200200, which is attorney equipment.
So move as stated by finance director.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Okay.
Okay, there is one budget adjustment that needs to be done for 2017. This is one that I missed. And what this is this is for 2 grants that are accounts receivable at year end that the police have put through purchase orders for, but we need to increase both the revenue and the expense so that it's within the budget, because this is new revenues, but it's a receivable as of year end, but it's going to come in and be revenue in 2017. And the expense through the purchase orders will be an expense of 2017. So therefore, we have to increase the revenue and increase the expense. And that was per the budget revision that I gave to each one of you before today's meeting.
Move to approve the budget revision edit list dated 1/8/2018, time 4/13/58 p.m.
Second.
Total amount of $38,916.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
And that's it.
Excellent, thank you, Mary. Old business, the Cold War veterans exemptions, will be no action. The fire hydrant with Parisi and Lannon.
We had a conference call with the Power Authority last week. We're just working out some of the last issues with that.
Basically, it's just red tape, correct? A lot of red tape.
The requirements from the state, yeah.
Okay. And then town standards for curbs, Lannon?
Submitted some revisions to Mr. Masters and Dave Train late last week. Want to try to meet with them this week to review those and polish it up.
Excellent. And the rezone on LMK Realty has already been taken care of. Association of Towns 2018 Training School Annual Meeting. They asked this to be read at the town meeting, or at the town board meeting. Are you up for that, Carol?
I'll just summarize them.
Okay.
The resolution?
No. Just the 2018 Training School and Annual Meeting of the Association will be held at the Marriott Marquis, New York City, February 18th to the 21st, 2018. This is a training session for town officials. It gives you a brief outline. You do have to appoint a delegate and an alternate to vote on the resolutions.
Okay. I guess, can I make a motion to make myself? Sure. I'll make a motion to make myself the voting delegate for the Association of Towns 2018 Training School Annual Meeting. Well, let's do me first.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. And to make Bill Guyman the alternate.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. So moved.
May I suggest the board members read the 14 resolutions and jot down any questions or concerns? And I move to authorize the delegate to vote his conscience when he is at the conference.
Can I get a second?
Motion.
All in favor? Aye. So moved.
And take our notes with you?
Yes. Water meter purchase. Mike Townsend.
Yeah, I'm requesting that we can purchase more water meters at a price of $132,413.45. That's Badger meters, sole source being Lock City Supply.
Okay, Marty, that's all budgeted and, yes.
A portion of that will come from the WPCC.
So moved.
All in favor? Oh, second. All in favor? Aye. So moved. Statements by residents.
Hey, you know what?
Oh, I'm sorry.
One question. Do we get all our meters back that we got deposits for, the farm meters, what exactly?
Fire hydrant, yes.
We got them all
Everything's
back.
taken care of.
Oh, just to keep,
County and county system.
yeah, it works well, doesn't it? Yeah.
Well, one day at a time, right? Statements by residents. We don't have anybody that signed up, so I will just open up the floor to anybody who would like to speak. Mrs. Jacoby, would you like to say anything about your husband's first meeting? Mrs. Maggard, would you like to speak?
Yes.
Come out to the microphone.
Okay. Marjorie Maggard from Darla Road. And I would just like to take time to have a silent reflection because of Jim Lombardi passing away.
Oh, thank you very much. As busy as today was, yes. Real quick, Mr. Lombardi was a school teacher of mine at Niagara Falls High School. He was a family friend, and he was a friend of the town of Lewiston. So thank you very much.
And he was a supervisor for the town of Lewiston.
Right. Former supervisor of the town of Lewiston. So I'd ask for a moment of silence in remembrance of Jim Lombardi. Thank you very much. See, I have a lot of women around to keep me in line. Announcements. Town office is closed January 15th in observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Upcoming meetings, the Historic Preservation Commission, January 9th at 6 p.m. in the lunchroom. Environmental Commission, January 9th at 7 p.m. in the Supervisor's office. Planning Board, January 11th at 6:30 p.m. Zoning Board of Appeals, January 18th at 7 p.m. And the regular town board meeting on January 22nd at 6 p.m. Motion to adjourn.
Who's going to be here tomorrow night to open up at 6 o'clock?
Yeah, we're both gonna be here.
Okay.
Give John a lesson on how.
I will.
Yeah. Give me one, please.
Taking a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second. All in favor? Aye. Thank you, everybody, for attending, and I guess Happy New Year.